Good morning, my dear kids. I'm Sridhar, your physics teacher. In today's class, in the chapter vectors, we are going to discuss the dot product and the cross product and the scalar triple product. These are some very good application-oriented mathematical tools, like how we had in the calculus, the differentiation and integration we have seen. Similar to that is what you can see this use of these tools. It's almost like in every chapter of physics, will be very frequently using this one. So once again, rather than something dumping numericals, what it is, what is the significance of it, and how to use it. So if you can think in that aspect, I think the coming chapters definitely will be very, very safer side. Okay, by this time, I think you might have come across like the basics of maths we have completed. Then there's the last phase, last leg of the vectors, what we have. In the coming classes, we are going to start the kinematics, where you can say the real physics will gradually start thinking. So some have sent me messages like, sir, how to use your app? Like because you have given so many videos in that, like almost is around 1,200 hours of videos are available. So 1,200 hours means almost per day 2 hours will take. So 365 into 2, 700 hours. So almost per day 3 hours is what? Yeah, that's what the course of physics, the JEE Advanced or JEE Mains or the NEET, when you go for it, no, it's like a full-fledged 2 years is what the course will run. In that, so definitely I think the minimum 2 hours or the 2.5 hours you have to spend every day for the preparation for mains and advanced and the NEET. And every day you can watch one video, then corresponding that notes will be there. You also prepare your own notes. Then DPPs will be the exercises will be there, work out that. Then if any test available, go for test, watch animations. Then along with that, there are very good textbooks available in market. So take that numericals, take any one reference textbook, start solving. So the more and more numericals you solve, think on them, the more clarity will come. There's one methodology of physics, like reading theory, then solved example, then unsolved, then going for a higher level, then appear for test, check yourself, what is the level, then what went wrong, again set right. So it's like a gradually you'll start improving. And the aspect is more about like the numerical solving ability. I think that's what I'm going to stress in the coming chapters. So there's nothing called like here, some magic formula like means, okay, if you do like this, okay, you'll get it answer. Okay, there's a formula, apply, you go and do all the problems. If that is the case, then science and technology, everyone would have mastered it. So it's a really we have to put a lot of effort. There'll be a lot of hard work will be there, a lot of patience you needed. You have to analyze a lot. You have to think a lot. There'll be a lot of difficulties you face. This is what happened. This is the nature of science itself. Is it nature is that simple? No, nature is very complicated. We have to put effort to understand. And the physics is what about the study of the surrounding world, objects around us. So definitely, is it easy subject or is it tough subject? It all depends upon the observer. If you make good observation, very easy. If you are not good observer, very difficult. And moreover, the interest should be there. Some students will ask, why we should study. See, the numericals or say what all this basic science is there. This is the thing which will help you a lot when you go for the research or when you do any job, particularly related to the science and technology. So these are all the basic fundamentals which will help you a lot to grow further. And you see, every day you are reading some concept, theory, then you are doing numericals. What is the advantage of it? Okay, you are training up your brain to think scientifically. The best thing is what happening for you. Say, I'm not bothered whether like sir, I prepared, I didn't get a rank. Okay, no problem. Sir, I really put effort, but somehow I could not manage in exam. No problem. Already I acquired a very good thinking brain. That is enough for you to do better in life. So this is not just like only exam here. It's not only about the rank, getting rank. It's all about the enhancement of your thinking ability. That's what as every teacher is trying, not only me, every teacher will insist you that not just mere numerical solving, how that answer came. Okay, somehow it came. No, that is not the thing what we are supposed to teach and you are supposed to learn. What is the reason, why it came, why only like this? This analysis is what you have to do it. You do few problems, but understand them, think them, analyze them, compare them. This is like a thinking scientifically. So there is in science and technology, there are no shortcuts, there are no tricks, nothing, none of them will work out. So will you get the vaccine for COVID shortcut? Not possible, no. Lot of effort. I think definitely from here it may take another 1 year to get a vaccine. Now this is 2020. We are in the month of May, or we're in the month of June. So expected vaccine is minimum another 1 year it will take. So is there any shortcut in the science and technology? Not there, no. So don't insist on some sort of like a formula wise learning. Either you are going to become doctor, engineer, or any good research scientist. So that formula based analysis, formula based preparation will not help you. Everything should be scientifically done. So can you do operation surgery in the shortcut method? Being a doctor, not advisable, no. The same thing. So let the scientific method, let it develop from this class 11, 12 only. Okay, because you want to become a very good, like a research doctor, research engineer, research scientist. So let's acquire that scientific skills from now only. What are scientific skills means? Like just follow the rules and regulations provided by the science. What are the rules? Have interest in learning, make observation, do analysis, do compare, finish all. There's nothing big, no rocket technology here. Okay, I'll try my level best to impart that scientific temper for the students. I feel very happy when you get a good rank, but I'll be really very happy when you get a good rank along with good knowledge. Means you should have a knowledge come rank, both are needed. Mere knowledge, again, it takes a lot of time for you to come up. So knowledge come plus rank. Okay, this is our target, is what I feel like. So definitely will be on safer side in all sense. So what will be you may be taking my help a lot. That one, I think everyone would have, now maybe there's a lockdown. So when the college reopens, again, you go back to the college, your teacher will be teaching. Every teacher comes with his own method. So there's nothing called like a good teacher, bad teacher, I feel. Everyone is having his own methodology to express the physics. So I think comparison also you try to avoid. What best you will get from all the teachers. That's all. So that teacher has taught this. This teacher has taught this. Okay. What lessons you are going to listen? What best you can get from that? You should be of that mindset. Yes, taught less. Yes, taught more. No. Yes, taught less. Okay, in that less taught also there is something useful. No, use it. This was the, if you are a very good student, no. So what you do is like where all good is there, you are going to absorb it and you are going to utilize it. You are never going to complain that this is of that, this is of that. So I felt like almost this is our, so I think around some 15th day we are interacting. So I felt, okay, something, let's talk some regarding the mindset of students, like what has to be done, how they have to prepare. Gradually, as we go, okay, I'll try to talk something about the preparation also. Not interested, you can slide, you have options in the recording. There's no need to that. You must listen this lecture. It's not an offline class where you should listen. Okay, okay, there's a speech I don't like. Just slide it in the recording. That'll be sufficient. Okay, we'll move forward. I'll start the class now. Today we are going to start the dot product and cross product. We'll see that what is use of it, how it is going to help us a lot. Okay, kids, like today's class in the vectors, we are going to discuss the dot and cross product. Okay, I just put some red dot and the cross mark, dot and cross product of vectors, and also scalar triple product. So we'll study all these particular three tools. Again, I always using word what like mathematical, so like a mathematical tools here. Why means there's something which will help us in most of the our physics topics. This is also one of the tools we are going to learn. Let me switch off myself, my video. Then dot product. Okay, now what is the necessity of dot product? Why we are studying sir, this one? Okay, now go back to resolution of vectors. If you can remember, what is that resolution of vectors? What was the okay? Now the first tool is dot product of vectors. This will be our topic. Then a bar dot b bar. This the dot is equal to ab mod of a bar mod of b bar cos theta. What is theta? Theta is angle between vectors. Theta is angle between the vectors a bar and b bar. Now, what is a bar? A bar is a vector. B bar is a vector. A scalar, B scalar, cos theta scalar. So dot product of two vectors will be a scalar only. This is a vector. This is a vector. Scalar. This is scalar. So what is the conclusion I can make it? Dot product of two vectors will be a scalar. Dot product of two vectors will be a scalar quantity. Okay, now what is the theta is the angle between them? What is use of this? So what is the meaning of this? What you are doing there? Okay, let's begin with the diagrammatic approach. Let's see through the diagram. We'll understand diagram. So this is the vector a bar is there, and there's another vector b bar. Then the angle between the vectors. So here is from here. I'll start it. This is theta. This one, and this is theta equal to 0° line. This is the vector a bar. This is a vector b bar. Then what would be the angle between? So what is that? A b cos theta. A is what? Magnitude of vector a bar. And b cos theta, it will become component. If you can remember, I want you to go back to the vectors. I think everyone is very good in. So if I resolve this, there's a base diagram. Let me take it another one. Now what we do is like, we'll just resolve this. Resolve of what? I'm going to break up the vector. So a part of vector will be along. I'll show by thick line. Oh. What is that thick line I'm putting? So that is equal to b cos theta. That will be very interesting. You have to just make observation of diagram, not just remember formula. Then it's other component. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll bring other colors. It'll be some contrast colors. Yeah. So this is b cos theta. Then the magnitude need not be same. So what are that yellow color and blue color lines? We have brought it. Okay, they will become component of vectors here. So how much this component, this will become b cos theta. You know, resolution of vectors means, so what we are going to do is like, I'll take this vector. Where was the color? The color was, this was the vector, no? So what we did, a component of that is what b cos theta. Then similarly, I'll resolve it. A component of that is what b sin theta. See, b is having some length, b sin theta. Sin theta will be less than 1. So definitely I should say b sin theta will be less than b. The length of this vector, the length of the vector is b. B bar is b. Then b sin theta should be less. So it's what I'm showing it. So what is this component? Should be b sin theta. What about this component? Should be b cos theta. So this will become b sin theta. So what is that b sin theta? Will be the rectangular b sin theta, b cos. So they are the rectangular components of b and of b vector b bar. B cos theta in what direction? It is along a bar. So what do that b cos theta in the vector dot product? It will be like component of b bar along a bar. So what we are going to do is like, what is this dot product? Shall I put in simple way? Here in the resolution of vectors, we were able to resolve the components of vector along rectangular coordinate axis. In the dot product, we can resolve a component of vector along other vector. I think this is the core fundamental thing in resolution of vectors. In resolution of vectors, the vector is resolved such that its components it's rectangular such that its rectangular components are along rectangular coordinate axis. There's what, no? So you take a vector a bar, a component of that along x-axis, along y-axis, along z-axis, or in a plane along x, along. They're called rectangular. This is what happened. Now what we are going to do? I'm going to resolve a vector such that it's one of the component will be along vector a bar, other will be perpendicular to that. Okay, I'm not bothered this b sin theta. I'm bothered about this b cos theta. So what is the use of this? So what is the component of vector b bar along a bar? It is b cos. Can we find out that? Yes, that's what the formula says. So therefore now what you can write looking at this diagram, we know a bar dot b bar equal to AB. Instead of writing mod of a bar, mod of b bar, let me write only AB. I know the scientific notation is mod of a bar I should write. So to avoid all that one scribbling everything, I'm just writing AB. A and B are what? Magnitude of a bar and b bar. Let me write that. I think that will be, we'll be on safer side. A is magnitude of a bar. B is magnitude of b bar. So now b cos theta is what? Okay, there's a one very good formula has come now. So what you should call b cos theta? Component of b bar along a bar. I think this is very, very beautiful formula, no? Like what is the component of vector b bar along a bar? A bar dot b bar by a. We should know what is that dot product, how to find out. That will explore with the help of unit vectors. But this is the basic idea now. Similarly, can we calculate component of a bar along b bar? Yes, we can do that also. Let me pick up the same. think I have place here. Let me try. Yeah, I guess I can accommodate here. No, no. What we are trying to do is like we are okay. I'll go to the next page. Okay, now I'm going to break up this. I'm going to resolve A bar along B bar. Okay, this in that case, I'll define this as theta, and let this be the theta equal to 0-degree line. So component of A bar, I took yellow. Yeah, that's some other colors will take it. Component of A bar along that, and the other component perpendicular to it. So what is this? This length A cos theta. This length A sin theta. Now, can you find out component of A bar along B bar? So what actually we did? Hi, this is a vector. A component of that horizontal component, better you can call it, will be along B bar, no? And a component of that will be perpendicular to B bar. So how to find out a component of A bar along vector B bar? This A cos theta is what I want. Sir, why you are not showing arrow for this? Because I think A cos theta is the magnitude, so it will not have a direction. Then how to calculate this one? So this will be, we know A bar dot B bar equal to AB cos theta. This we will rearrange. Now A cos theta A bar dot B bar by B. So what is A cos theta? Component of A along B bar. Component of A bar along B bar. Very nice formula, no? It is, sir, how can you find out A sin theta? Yes, I know. I can find out A sin theta, but let me discuss more focus on this one. So what is component of vector A bar along B bar? So what is the dot product? So shall we conclude here using dot product? The first important thing with dot product, I can find out with dot product, I can find component of one vector along other vector. Hope everyone is able to. So what is A cos theta? Component of A bar along B bar. What is A sin theta? Component of A bar perpendicular to B bar, which I'm not much interested time being. Can we find out? We know A cos theta, we can find out that also. Later in the numericals, I'll focus on that. So there's a main purpose of this one. If a vector lies in a plane, how to find out its component along rectangular coordinate axis, that you know, resolution of vectors. Here about component of one vector along other vector, how to find out. The dot product will help us. So this is the first aspect. I'll put number 1. Okay, the second thing, can I use this to find out the angle between vectors? A bar dot B bar equal to AB cos theta. So what is theta now? Angle between vectors A bar, B bar. Angle between vectors A bar and B bar. Okay, no. So theta is the angle between vectors A bar and B bar here. So if I know vector A bar, B bar, their magnitude, I know I can get the angle between vectors. I think this is one of the best formula again. Very, very helpful for us at many places. Okay, these are the primary things. Okay, next again, if theta equal to 90 degrees, let's see what will happen. There's a third thing, which are I think very, very, very important, essential one. I'm just highlighting it. What is use of them? For what purpose we are going to use? That is what I'm trying to stress here. Then if theta 90 degrees, theta 90 degrees means A bar perpendicular to B bar. If A bar perpendicular to B bar, so what will be the dot product? Cos 90. So cos 90 should be 0. Oh, this is something very, very, very useful. No, if two vectors are perpendicular, their dot product must be 0 is telling. Are you sure, sir? Yes, yes, yes. I'm sure I'll give examples. So what are the examples? Let me take the rectangular coordinate axis. This will be the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Then unit vectors, go back to unit vector. The unit vector here will be I cap, j cap, k cap. These are the unit vectors. So they are along x, y, z axis. These are unit vectors. Now, what is the angle between them? 90. 90 because they'll be perpendicular, no, mutually perpendicular. Okay, let's do one thing. We'll use this, check it. I dot j will verify. I'll start with this one. I dot j cap. So I dot j cap. What is the A bar dot B bar formula? This will be magnitude of I cap. This will be j cap into cos of 90. No, angle between I cap and j cap is 90. Then this will be 1, no doubt. This will be 1. This will be 0. So therefore, is it justified? If two vectors are perpendicular, their dot product must be 0. So I dot j has to be 0. Similarly, we'll take the j dot k. I dot j or j dot I, both are same. Let me go for the next one. And j dot k. Mod of k cap cos 90. So this should be equal to magnitude of unit vector should be 1, 1. And I'll better write cos 90 will be 0. K dot I will see the last one. K cap dot I cap. Mod of k cap, mod of I cap, cos 90. This should be 1, 1, 0. This will be 0. Now, so something very important data is what we have brought it. Means like a j dot I also, yes, in fact, j dot I also, we can make it 0. The same formula. Even k dot j. Even I dot k. Okay, got it, all of you. So these are the some relation between that one. So if two vectors are perpendicular, then the dot product must be 0 is what we are concluding. I think this is something very fundamental one, which is going to help us a lot. Huh? If two vectors I think I'll skip this. Let me bring the whole data to the next page. if two vectors are perpendicular, then their dot products must be 0. Dot product of those vectors must be 0. Okay, there's a thing what we can conclude for the dot product. Okay, now we'll go for some laws here. Some commutative law, associative law, all those ideas will check with this. Okay, I think once again, I'll take you back. We can resolve A bar along B bar or B bar along A bar. Okay, these are three fundamental things. So the next few more. No, A bar dot B bar, is it equal to B bar dot A bar? Now, if two vectors are permanent, then the dot products of those two vectors must be 0. Okay, there's a one more third point what we have concluded. Let's go for if A bar dot B bar, I have like this. I'm going to say B bar, it is equal to B bar dot A bar. Any reason for that? So let's see that AB cos theta, or this will become BA cos theta. I think both are equal, no? So whether you write A bar dot B bar or B bar dot A bar, no problem. Both are same is what telling. This is called like a commutative property. So the next after this, we'll go for the distributive property. Okay, what is the distributive property? What is it like? If there are A bar dot, what we can write it as? So if I can expand A bar dot B bar plus A bar dot C bar. How come, sir, they are equal? Okay, we'll do one thing. B bar plus C bar is some vector, no? So definitely there's some angle between them. And similarly, A bar dot B bar and C bar, there are two vectors are there. B bar and C bar are two vectors. And A bar is some angle. Resultant of B bar, C bar will be somewhere here in this region. Now take A bar dot R1 bar. You'll get the same answer. Or else what you can do, first you take A bar dot B bar, then you take A bar C bar. Then you take the resultant of that, you'll get the same answer. Okay, this I think I'll explain very clearly through diagram rather than only dumping one statement. That'll not be correct. First, we'll do one thing. A bar dot B bar. There's a vector, three vectors are there. There's a vector, this one. There's a vector B bar. There's a vector C bar. And the vector A bar is other color I'll pick up. I have color option. Very few color options are there with me. Okay, let me use. Yeah. One longer, shorter. This is A bar. Sorry, this is A bar. This be B bar. This is C bar. We know from vector shifting property. What we are going to, I'm going to distributive property is what I'm trying to show it here. And the distributive property is what we are trying to explore it. Okay, here you can see now B bar plus C bar, where the B bar plus C bar, if I shift it, then this will be some intermediate resultant will come. So what is this? This will be R1 bar. Now for this R1 bar, A bar dot R1 bar, I'll take the dot product. I'll get some scalar. I'll get it as some scalar. Huh? So that scalar should be equal to the operation what I'm going to do with this one. Now a bar dot b bar will see this first resultant of a bar dot b bar. I'll come to this side. A bar dot b bar. This is time being not needed. I'm going to shift this a bar dot b bar or b bar dot a bar, anything. So let me shift b bar here. Okay, this is the there's a bar, there's a b bar. Sir, what is the angle? Okay, oh, fine. Yes, sir. Dot product is what I should do. No? A bar dot b bar will get some scalar. Similarly, a bar dot c bar, that also will get some scalar. I'll take only these two. Then if I take sum of those two, because definitely scalar only. So like, can you show that direction? So here, AB cos theta or component of A along that. So here, what we do is this will be very interesting if you explore through diagrams rather than mere writing equation. No, they'll not help you. Let me do one thing. A bar dot b bar. Shall we go for A cos theta along B? This is vector b bar. This is A cos theta. So A cos theta into B is what? One component. Similarly, A dot C, that one. So let me again explore for component of A along C. So some other value. Now angle between A and C are different. So here this will be theta 1. This will be how much? A cos theta 1. Now when I add up these two, you are going to get the same answer is what is telling. Means A cos theta 1 plus A cos theta 2. If you add up, you're going to get same answer. So how it is possible? How it is possible? So this, shall we say that angle between A bar and B bar is theta 1? Angle between A bar and C bar is theta 2. Keep this. So this will become AB A cos theta 1 into B. Here it will be A cos symbols. No, A cos theta 2 into B. Sorry, into C. Dot product of A bar dot C bar, what you write? A cos theta. A bar, what is the angle between A bar, B bar? It is theta 1. Angle between A bar and C bar, it is theta 2. I'll define that angle also. C bar, angle between A bar, C bar is theta 2. Angle between A bar and B bar is theta 1. So A I'll take outside. So B cos theta 1 plus C cos theta 2. Okay, this much is there. Now let's come for this one. B bar plus C bar. The resultant of that, B bar plus C bar. So what is the angle between B bar and C bar? It is theta theta 2 minus theta 1, no? It's theta 2 minus theta 1. Everything we have to fight with the diagram. That I'll get one vector R1 bar. Okay, yeah, it is here. Now this is the angle alpha. Now what is this angle between them? A bar and R1 bar. Definitely it should be theta 1 minus alpha. Let's see that. So here angle A bar, B bar plus C bar. Here only let me write it. B bar plus C bar equal to R1. What is alpha? Again, we have to expand. What is alpha? Alpha will be tan alpha will be C sine angle between B and C is theta 2 minus theta 1. No? Yeah, sine of theta 1 minus theta 2 by b plus cos of theta 1 minus theta 2. Now b bar plus c bar vector is equal to r1 bar. Now we'll take the dot product of what is the angle between a bar and r1 bar, because b bar plus c bar is what r1 bar. So the next we'll go for the next expansion is a bar dot r1 bar. So what is a bar dot r1 bar? Should be equal to a r1 cos of what is the angle between this will be theta 1 minus alpha. What is the magnitude of r1? Magnitude of r1, you have to go into write b square c square 2bc. Angle between b bar c bar is cos of theta 1 minus theta 2. Things are not that easier. All these things, we are just write some law, a distributive law, commutative law, that they have some significance. Okay, we have ended up something like this r1 tan alpha 1. Now what we have to do? What is value of r1? Substitute there. Finally, what we are supposed to calculate, what is r1 bar? R1 bar is b bar plus c bar, no? Finally, it should be equal to this one, the expansion of this, ab cos theta 1 plus ac cos theta 2. Let's try that. A bar dot b bar plus c bar. That r1 bar is equal to now this will become AR1. What is this expansion of this? Cos theta 1 cos alpha plus sin theta 1 plus sin alpha. This will become AR1 cos theta 1 cos alpha plus AR1 sin theta 1 sin alpha. R1 is equal to, again you have to substitute that. What is alpha? Tan alpha is this one. Sin alpha is needed. Tan alpha is this. So in place of, we know tan alpha is equal to this much. Can we write tan alpha as sin alpha by cos alpha? So what is sin alpha equal to? C sin theta 1 minus 1, 2. And what is cos alpha is equal to b plus cos theta 1. That you substitute. Again, R1 equal to this much. Solve it. Finally, you'll get the same simplification. It's a very lengthy one. I think I can write it here. Better we'll take AR1 outside one. I'll bring later on. Okay, now R1 will substitute. R1 is b square plus c square 2bc cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2 cos theta 1 cos alpha will be b plus cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. Here tan alpha sin alpha by cos alpha. Therefore, what is sin alpha? C sin theta 1 minus theta 2. What is cos alpha? B plus cos, something is missing, B plus C. B plus so again cos alpha sin alpha, replace with that in all the equations you see, solve it, you are going to get the same answer. How much it is finally? Equal to this much. This we have to simplify. I think will be very lengthy and challenging. Sin theta 1, sin alpha will be C sin this is a bracket. Now this we have to expand further. R1 is a magnitude. So finally, I think everything is a scalar only. This is B bar plus C bar is angle between R1 bar is tan alpha. That alpha is unknown thing. Again, we can eliminate that. So theta 1 minus theta 2 is what I think primary. From there it has come. So this, if you solve, This will become equal to how much? AB cos theta 1 means it will be plus AC cos theta 2. And finally, it will be equal to AB cos theta 1. So therefore, A bar dot B bar plus C bar. This I don't have patience. You have to work out. It will come really. Huh? Trigonometry, if you solve it, I know. So it will do come. Okay, there's a thing that one. So there's a distributive property. Their properties are not that simply just dumping equation. Distributive property, not only for this, even for subtraction also we can do it. This will be A bar dot B bar minus C bar. This will become A bar dot B bar okay, this also comes under distributive property. Next we have, if suppose say the vectors A bar and B bar, I'll multiply by a scalar, then it will become, this will become associative property. Alpha A bar, what are alpha beta? Alpha beta are scalars. Constants, some scalars, or you can write scalar or some constant. Then it will become alpha beta AB cos theta. Okay, the perpendicular we have shown. Okay, let's come once again for, okay, these are some properties which will help us a lot. Okay, now after this, we'll explore last few more properties are there. Okay, now once again, I'll go back to that unit vectors. Here, finally, we'll have some small conclusion on this thing. Suppose there's a rectangular coordinate system. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, z-axis. This will be I cap, j cap. This will be k cap. These are the vectors are there. We know already that's the same diagram. It's a mutually perpendicular all these axes. Then I dot I, I dot j, or j dot I must be 0, no, because they are perpendicular. Similarly, j dot k or k dot j, it should be equal to 0. Then k dot I or I dot k, it should also be equal to 0. Because the vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. Then what about I dot I? I think we didn't verify. No, let's see that magnitude of I cap, magnitude of I cap. What is the angle between I dot I? Will be cos 0. This should be equal to 1, 1, 1. So what is I dot I? Will be 1. J dot j cos 0 degrees. So this will be 1, 1, 1. K dot k will see. Okay, finally, so we have everything like this. Huh? Now you can ask questions. So what is use of this? Say, what was our main purpose? The vectors. We don't have mathematics to add a physical quantity which is having magnitude direction. We have in your lower sections what you have studied, how to add a scalar quantities you have studied. Am I right? You know how to add a scalar quantities. 2 plus 3, 2 kg plus 3 kg. You know how to add scalar quantities, how to multiply, how to divide. But what to do when, how to add two vector quantities, means how to add a physical quantity which are a magnitude direction. We don't know mathematics. We were not knowing. That vector algebra is what I had to bring forward. For that purpose, the unit vectors are something is going to become help us a lot. So for that, what happened, we are exploring the more about unit vectors. So what is our main target? It's about the vector algebra. Means I am going to get all the things in order. I had to multiply the two vectors. I had to add two vectors. I had to subtract two vectors. So whose help I'm going to take? I'm going to take the unit vectors. The unit vectors are something more essential, which will easily help us to solve the vector algebra problems. Therefore, we are trying to explore the unit vectors more here than any other thing. That is our main target. Okay, I dot I will be 1, j dot j. What do you mean by that? They're parallel. Here, what do you mean by that? I dot j, they're perpendicular. So if the dot product of two vectors is 0, what does it mean? They're parallel, you can see. They're along same direction. If the dot product is 0, then they're said to be perpendicular. So what is the conclusion we can make it? If A bar dot B bar, if it is equal to 0, A bar perpendicular to B bar. Similarly, if P bar dot Q bar, if it is equal to 1, it is equal to unity altogether. Then P bar parallel to Q bar. If P not equal to Q, I think it will not become equal to unity. There's no way. Then we can't use dot product to check whether parallel or perpendicular. Okay, I agree this. So this is about the unit vectors. Further in the vector algebra, these operations are going to help us a lot. After this, I think you might have come across the projection of a vector. Once again, I can take help of not visible. No, okay, it is. These are the two vectors. Let me choose two vectors. So vector A bar will be here. And the vector B bar will be along y-axis. Let's see this. This will be vector A bar. This is the vector B bar. Or sorry, the orientation, I'll change it. Can I find out the projection of vector B bar along A bar? The projection. So what do you mean by projections are like here. So what we do is like, what is that red color? The magnitude of B along A. So here I'm asking to find out the projection of B bar along A bar. Okay, I think definitely when I resolve, I do get two components. One rectangular component, other horizontal vertical component. So this will become B cos theta. This component will be B sin theta. What are B cos theta, B sin theta? They are the rectangular components of the vector B bar. I am just to the component of B bar will be B cos theta. This will be B sin theta. Then okay, let's do one thing. There'll be unit vector A cap. So what is A cap? So we will define A bar is equal to mod of A bar into A cap. How to get the projection of a vector? Projection of vector B along A bar. So what is our question? Find projection of B bar along A bar. Sorry, it should be B bar along A bar. Projection of B bar, that will be a vector quantity. So how much it is? B cos theta into A cap. And we know other side, A bar dot B bar equal to AB cos theta. And what is theta further? Angle between A bar and B bar. What is further theta? Theta is angle between A bar and B bar. So B cos theta, what we can write? A bar dot B bar by A. And we know what is A cap, you can write it as. So this will become A cap. In place of A cap, I am going to replace as A bar by A. So finally, what do we get? The projection, this will be A bar dot B bar by vector A bar by A square. Very easy, no? What do you mean by a projection? Shall we call like a shadow? I'm very simplified way in physics. We what's like a, if there's suppose if there's a light falls, light beam of light falls on this vector. What is this shadow? How much of shadow length of B along A? That is B cos theta. Here projection means we have to define like this. B cos theta into even this shadow will have direction is what we are trying to define. B cos theta into A cap. A cap is a unit vector along A bar. Similarly, projection of vector B bar, a projection of vector B bar along A bar we have seen. Can we also find out the projection of vector A bar along B bar? Again, the same similar method. I'll go for projection of A bar along B bar. It should be B sine theta there's a projection. Okay, this we know it. Okay, now we'll go for the rejection. What do you mean by rejection? So one more, find rejection of B bar along A bar. We have two things. Now how to bring that? What do you mean by rejection here? B sine theta n cap. What is n cap here? N cap is what I'm defining it. A unit vector perpendicular to A bar. So first of all, what is A cap? A cap, B cap. A cap is what? Unit vector along A bar. Similarly, what is n cap? N cap, will write it here. N cap will be unit vector perpendicular to A bar. Now find the rejection of B bar along A bar. What it should be equal to? B sine theta into n cap. What is the B sine theta? B sine theta from where to bring? B cos theta A cap plus B sine theta n cap. Vector, go for resolution of vectors. So here, before going for this, let me go for other one. How will you define vector? B cos theta A cap, B sin theta n cap. What is B sin theta n cap? B bar minus B cos theta A cap. This I'll substitute there. I will shift it. Let it be everything at one place in the discussion. Okay, sorry. I could not mute. Let's stop. Find the rejection of. So this B bar minus B cos theta A cap should be equal to B sin theta n cap. B sin theta n cap, I'll write it down. So this should be equal to B bar minus B cos theta A cap. What is A cap? B bar A cap will be A bar by A. So this will become B bar 1 minus cos theta A bar by. Okay, this is the value of, find the rejection of B bar along A bar. No, or else this will be little bit that one. So can we write this B cos theta as A bar dot B bar? So this will be a little bit odd. I'll try to avoid that theta. So B cos theta. Already we have no A bar dot B bar by A into this is next step. I'll bring this A cap. Now simplify it. B bar, this will be A bar dot B bar A. What is A cap? A bar by A. So simplification of this will be B bar minus A bar dot B bar by A square A bar. This is the rejection of B bar along A bar. Okay, projection as well as rejection. So there's a use of dot product. We can find out. I think in coordinate geometry, this is going to help you a lot. May not be in physics, may not be that essential. Just have an idea. Have an idea. There's a use of this dot product. Okay, we'll go for this one. So once again, what is the basic idea? To check two vectors are perpendicular, we use dot product. Then to find out the angle between vectors, to check the given vectors are perpendicular, to find the projection and rejection. So these are the fundamental ideas of dot product. So the use of dot product, users of dot product. Once again, users of dot product. So what we do is like, first to find angle between vectors. Then there's the one thing. Next, to find component of one vector along the other vector. Third one, to check the given vectors are perpendicular. The last one, to find projection or rejection of a vector with respect to another vector. Okay, these are the some fundamental things for the use of dot product. So got it now? So this is okay. We'll discuss a few problems. If A bar equal to 2I cap minus 3J cap plus K cap, B bar equal to XI cap plus J cap plus K cap. And if A bar and B bar are mutually perpendicular, find the value of X. Can we find out anything? Yes, definitely. Here, if you see this, A bar dot B bar. So they're telling it's a perpendicular. So I'll proceed like this. A bar dot B bar. This should be equal to 2I cap, 3J cap plus K cap dot XI cap plus j cap plus k cap. So we'll take the dot I dot I will be 1. So 2x. Then 2 into this one. So how the expansion? The expansion is in fact is like this. 2 into I dot the expansion I'm trying to show it minus 3 j cap dot plus k cap dot. Okay, this we are going to expand here. So let me put this things in bracket. Okay, no. So I dot I now you see that I dot I should be 1, I dot j should be 0, I dot k should be 0. So 2 is there. It's a scalar. If you want to take from completely from the flower bracket here, then this should become equal to 2x. Remaining terms will be 0. I need not to write. I dot I 1. I dot j will be 0. I dot k will be 0. So 2 I cap dot x I cap will be 2x only. Then, okay, this is the first flower bracket will end up this implication minus j dot like I will be 0. J dot j will be 1. What about the third one? K dot I 0. K dot j will be 0. Then k dot k should be equal to 1. Dot product of two vectors. But why 0? Because according to the formula, a bar, this will be ab cos 90. Cos 90 should be equal to 0. Then anything multiplied with 0 will be, anything multiplied with 0 will be 0. So finally, we'll end up with the equation 0 equal to 2x minus 3 plus 1, x equal to 1. So getting some pictures. So there's like this, some missing term in the vector we can find out. That's what we did. Find the value of x. No, given a bar equal to 3 I cap minus 4 j cap minus 2 k cap. B bar equal to 2 I cap plus 4 j cap minus 3 cap minus 5 k cap. Find the angle made by resultant of A bar plus B bar with y axis. Something angle between vectors. So y axis also is having some direction. So then A bar plus B bar will have some direction. Resultant of these two. So first we'll find out the resultant. R bar equal to A bar B bar. What to do? That see, I'm trying to express the use of unit vectors. So how to add them? We will take up of unit vector here. I think the unit vectors will become so essential. The study of that will really benefit a lot. This will become 2 I cap, 4 j cap, minus 5 k cap. I dot I will be 1. So this will be 6. I dot j will be, means here, I dot I will be 1. I dot j will be 0. I dot k will be 0. Then j dot j, sorry, j dot I will be 0. J dot j will be 1. And this negative sign is there. So therefore, this will become minus of 4 into then k dot I 0, k dot j 0, k dot k 6 minus 16 plus 10. Okay. So sorry, this will be minus 20. Sorry. little bit got saturated. Addition of vectors. No, this will be 3 plus 2 I cap. This will be -4 plus 4 j cap -2 -5 k cap. 5 I cap will be 0. -4 plus 4 will be 0. This will be -7 k cap. So this will become 5 I cap minus k cap. Okay, this is a resultant of R bar. Where do that vector will lie? Okay, I'll try to help you with the diagram. Five I cap minus k cap. The vector is somewhere here. X minus z plus z axis plus y axis. Anyway, that will be negative y axis here. So is asking now what is the unit vector along y axis? J cap. What is the angle between them? So in which plane the R1 bar lies in XZ plane? So we should draw a diagram. Do you suggest us to draw a diagram? The answer may not be, but we can search mathematically also. We'll do one thing, just like it's asking, find the angle made by resultant of A bar with Y axis. We'll just do one thing. R bar, this R1 bar, I'll write it. R1 bar, the resultant of A bar, B bar, dot J cap will do. The dot product will see. If it is equal to 0, they're perpendicular. Not equal to 0, there are some angle is there. No necessity of drawing diagram. See, every time we can't draw diagram. So therefore, we have brought this, the idea of the vectors, the two in terms of unit vector. So therefore, now it will become R1 bar dot J cap. So this will become R1 magnitude. What is equal to 5 I cap minus K cap dot J cap. 5 I dot J minus K dot J. So I dot J 0. K dot J will be 0. There will be 0. So what do you mean by that? Therefore, R1 is perpendicular to J cap, or R1 bar is perpendicular to Y axis. So therefore, what is the angle we should write? Now, what should be our answer? Angle made by R1 bar so therefore, angle made by R1 bar with y-axis is 90 degrees. Okay, this is about the today's class. Today's class. So I was supposed to cover cross product. Okay, now time not sufficient. So I'll wind up till here. Next class I'll finish off the cross product and scalar triple product. Okay, fine. Okay, now let me end up the class. Okay, kids, like thank you very much. Okay, try to understand all these concepts, the dot product. I think this is something very, very essential for us, like the dot product of two vectors. What is it? Like we can use that dot product to find out the angle between two vectors. That's the one thing, primary thing. Then to check the two given vectors are perpendicular. To get the projection of a vector along other vector, there's a third aspect. Then to find out the, I think these are the three major things is what we are able to express about the dot product here. Okay, fine. Okay, see you. Take care. Bye. We'll meet in the next class.